Okay, so in this video I wanted to show how to get the Arduino software working so you can get the Flappy Bird demonstration program working. In the folder you got, you should have 3 different projects. The third project down here is going to be the one for Flappy Bird. Now to run this, the first piece of software you will need to get is the Arduino Compiler. So I'll go up to my web browser, do a search for Arduino, and the first one up here, you'll have the Arduino home. Click on that. And go to software, downloads. And down here, you'll have the options for the installer. What we want to do is go to the Windows installer here. Let's go ahead and click just download and then save file. And up here, I'll go ahead and start installing the Arduino software. Take a minute for it to come up here. You will need to have permissions to be able to install software on your computer though. So if you're doing this on a business or enterprise computer, you may not have the permissions required to install this. That'd be something to talk to your IT department about, or your security department. So I'm just going to click through this, just going to do that real quick, and I'll minimize Firefox. So this is going to install the compiler that will allow you to take this file in here under Arduino EMG control. It'll allow you to open that up and also to send it to the Arduino. So while this is installing, the other piece of software you'll need for the Flappy Bird demonstration is the binding program that connects the Arduino to the computer itself. In this case, it's a Python script, and included in here are 2 different versions of it. There's one called Arduino Reader, which is an application, and the other is Arduino Reader, which is a Python script. You want to try and use the Arduino Reader application first. It's the simplest to use. It's a compiled Python script that has all the libraries and stuff you need. So if it runs, it'll just come up like this. Right now I don't have anything attached, but it'll auto-detect the Arduino if it is attached. And otherwise it should come up with this if it ran correctly. If it doesn't run correctly, it probably won't show up at all. So if that doesn't work, if you're not able to open up this application version of it, or if you're on a Mac that doesn't have the ability to run this, you'll need to install the Python runtime and some libraries associated with that. So Arduino is still installing, so I'll go back to Firefox, back up here and just type in Python 3. And I want to download Python 3.8.2. And just click Save File. And same thing as before, I'll go up here, open up the Python file. Now this step is important. In here you'll have the things to customize the installation of Python. Down here at the bottom, there's an option called Add Python 3.8 to Path. You want to check that. It's not checked by default. The reason you want to check that is it will make the following steps a lot easier to do. So go ahead and make sure that's checked and then click Install Now. Again, it'll ask you for permissions and it'll start doing its thing. Okay, Python's done, and Arduino's done. So now if you go into the folder back here with the projects, click on Arduino EMG control, double click on that, and then double click on this folder, you can open up the Arduino software here, or the script or the program it wants to run. So once you have this, what you want to do is you want to plug in the Spiker unit into your computer. Into Tools here, and then go to port. And in here is going to be most likely the Arduino. Like I said, I don't have an Arduino attached to this computer right now, but it would show up in the COM ports. Usually it would say Arduino, and you want to click that one. And then once you've done that, you want to go up to this arrow up here that says upload and click on that. That will compile and then send that program to the Arduino. So going back to Python though, now that Python is installed, this Arduino Reader script will now function, or it's ready to function, but it doesn't have the libraries that it needs to run completely. So what we're going to do now is we're going to install two different libraries that does not come by default with Python, which is PyInput and PySerial. Time comes by default. You don't need to worry about that one. So what you want to do is you can go to your start menu and just type in CMD. And then up here at the command prompt, click on that, and that'll open up your command prompt window here. Now this is why we checked the path icon in that installation box, because now what we need to do is use a program called pip. And what this program does is it will install libraries for us and make it a lot easier than it would be otherwise to install libraries. So for this, what you want to do is when you're at your command prompt, type in pip install PyInput and PySerial, and click enter. And that's pretty much it. If that doesn't work, you can also try pip3, pip3, and then the same commands, install, and then your commands after that. But now that that's done, we can close out of this. Close this too. And back here at our script, we can double click on that, and you can see that it's doing the same thing that our compiled script is doing. So at this point, once you have all that done, you will be able to connect your Spiker unit to your computer and use it that way. And for that to work, once you've compiled and uploaded the code to the Spiker unit, what you want to do is open up one of these two, whether the application works or you want to do it to the Python script. Either way will work fine. Open that up and then leave it open, because that's the program that's going to bond the Arduino's commands to the Windows computer. So you want to leave that open and then double click on this Flappy Bird shortcut. And from there, you should be able to, once you have the electrodes hooked up, control the game that way. If for some reason you're not able to open up this shortcut here, the other way to get to it is through in this folder fb_resources. Just double click on that and then click on index here. And that will open up the same thing. All right, so now that all the prerequisite stuff is set up, we can start with the Spiker unit itself. So what you'll need for this is obviously the Spiker unit. You will need the USB cable, and you will need also these 3 leads here and 3 of these disposable electrodes. So what I've done here is I've already gone ahead and plugged in the Arduino portion of the Spiker unit into my computer here. And up on here, my computer, what I want to do is go into Arduino EMG control, open that up, and then open the actual file up here. It will come up with the code for it. I'll go up to here at the top, go to tools. I want to select the board, or the port for the board actually. So go down to up to tools and then to port, and then to, in this case, it's COM3. It can be different on your system, but it will generally show up as Arduino Uno on the COM port list. So click on that. And from there, you can click upload. And we'll compile the sketch and we'll upload it. So now that that's done, go ahead and attach the electrodes to your arm. One will go on the back of your hand like this. The other 2 will go on your muscle on your forearm, sort of like that. From there, you want to attach those electrodes to the orange cable there. The black alligator clip always goes on the back of your hand. The two red ones go on your forearm muscle there. It doesn't matter which one is which. As long as they are both red, that'll work. From there, you want to take this orange cable and then plug it into this port on the Arduino here. So now the end result will be looking like this. You have the electrodes on your arms with both red alligator clips on those electrodes, black on the back of your hand. That's going to the specker unit itself into that orange port. And then the Arduino portion of that is going into your computer. Going back to our computer here, you can open either one of these. The first one to try would be the compiled one. If that doesn't work, you can try the script version of it. So I'll go ahead and open up the compiled version, and you'll see this. So it says ready. It's able to connect to the Arduino, and it's good to go. So you want to leave this window open and just go back to our folder here, and there will be a shortcut to the game Flappy Bird on here. If that doesn't work for some reason, you can also get to it in FB resources, and it's just called index. Open that up, it goes to the same place. But you want to open up the Flappy Bird game. It'll open up in your web browser, select your difficulty, and then if everything's working okay, you should be able to control it just using your muscles in your arm. You also see that the specker unit will respond to when you're opening and closing your hand. When you're done with this, you can just close out of Firefox and then go back to the script here and just close it out. And that will disconnect from the Arduino, and from there you can take everything apart.